Good morning and happy Valentine's Day. Listen, on this special day where we observe romance and couples and love, it does not matter if you are single. It doesn't. You don't have to be a couple to enjoy Valentine's Day. Love yourself. Go buy yourself a box of chocolates. Or if you're like me on the carnivore diet, go buy yourself a nice big ribeye steak and maybe a tiny box of chocolates. Just waver a little bit from that carnivore diet and indulge in yourself. Love yourself. Now, if you do happen to be a couple, love your neighbor. I love the person you're in a couple with. All right. So because it is Valentine's Day, I wanted to share a love story with you. So I'm not really going to focus on pulmonary fibrosis today. I'm not going to focus on my carnivore diet. But I do want to tell you a story of love, a story of perseverance, a story of my first physical confrontation, my first fight over love. Well, so let's begin. This particular individual that I had a confrontation with was probably about, I don't know, 6'3", 6'4", 285 pounds of rock hard muscle. A very intimidating individual. This story of romance takes place at Fort Concho Elementary School in San Angelo, Texas. I was in 4th grade. Yes. She was in 4th grade. Yes. So one particular morning, Yvonne walks up to me and hands me a folded note. Nice and neat. And she walks away, hands me the note, smiles, and walks away. My heart is just jumping. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling a little scared. So I open the note, and very simply it says, I like you. Do you like me? Yes or no? Well, I fold the note back up and I put it away, and I just held on through it through the day. Now, at the end of the day, our class ends with recess. Remember again, this is 4th grade. And as I mentioned before, this protagonist, I think it's protagonist, is that the right word? The aggressor in this love story is probably about, like I said, what did I say? 6'3", 6'2", 6'4", much taller than me. 280 pounds of rock hard muscle, very intimidating. And Yvonne was just a intimidating person. That's just what she was. She wasn't sweet. She wasn't very pleasing to the eyes. In fact, well, how can I compliment her? I know. When it came to picking the top person for your particular team, Yvonne was always first. And you knew right there which team was going to win. Whoever picked Yvonne, it was over. So this particular day that Yvonne handed me that note, as I said, my heart was racing. And I was a little scared, very scared. And I held on to that note, refused to answer, and did everything I could to survive the day. And at recess, I knew that she was going to be on the kickball court, knocking people out, sending them to the emergency room. So I went and hid behind a tree. And I'm thinking, oh, I might just make it, because she is focused on beating people up on the kickball court. So teacher's calling. Recess is done. Kids, come in. I'm thinking, yes, I got this. End of the day, I'm going to go home. And out of nowhere, she pops up from behind a tree and corners me. And so she's looking down at me with love. And she said, "Did you read my note?" I didn't know what to say. I said, math, home, didn't get my homework finished. I got English, crafts. And she grabbed me by my shirt. And as she was swinging me around in circles, my feet up off the ground, I could feel the love in her voice as she screamed at me. It said, "I like you. Do you like me?" And she let me go. She must really love me to let me go. So 100 yards later, I'm on the ground in the fetal position. Waking up from a short-term coma. Well, I'm not going to hit a girl, right? I did the manly thing. So teacher sees what's going on, and she comes to her rescue, to intervene. And I went home crying of a broken heart. And that was the only reason. A couple of Band-Aids. A cast for the arm. Torn shirt. So anyway, it was it ended in a happily ever after, because the next morning she gave that same kind of note to my my classmate next to me. And now that I think of it, I never saw him after that day. Anyway, love is in the air. And I hope that you have a beautiful and wonderful Valentine's Day. Love somebody, love yourself, love your neighbor. And yes, that was a true story. Yvonne, when you're sexy, they lose control. When you're beautiful, they lose control. That's just, what can I say? Sometimes being beautiful hurts, makes you cry, leaves you in the fetal position. All right. Listen, God bless you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I want to follow up by saying that today I'm having labs done. It's not quite 90 days. In fact, it's only been 3.5 weeks since I started this carnivore diet. I'm going to continue it and do this lab test again in 90 days, but I had forgotten this one was already scheduled. So I'm going to go and just see what the results are. I'll be back with another video to tell you all about it. Happy Valentine's Day, folks. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.